What's up? SweetBolin here, and today we're talking about Bolin's Buses Worldwide Limited. Yes, we are, and Bus Simulator. So let's get into the action, because this video is going to show you how to create a custom route within the mission campaign, and it's all very intuitive and it's all very cool. Because you don't just get told, right, go A to B, that's it, done. You know, like in, I don't know if any of you have played Train Sim World or Train Simulators, but the one I played, I think it was, yeah, Train Sim World, TSW 2020, I think it is, or Train Sim World 20. And it's a good game, it's a very realistic simulation, but there wasn't really any point to it as far as you're given a mission to drive a train or do something like that, very similar all the time, really. And you just drove the train, so you learnt how to drive the train, but you didn't really have a reason to do it. It's not like you were making money. It wasn't your job, do you know what I mean? This is your job. This is your company, BBW Limited Worldwide. Yes, this is your company. Well, this is my company, not yours, but shut your face. Bolin's Buses Worldwide Limited. Let's get into the action. So, without further ado, let's get into the route management. Now, this is not as complicated as it looks. If it looks complicated to you at all, I don't know. I mean, it did to me at first, but then I find most things complicated, including getting up in the morning. Anyway, yeah. So on the right hand side, they're your routes. Now you've got little icons on those routes. You can see the little bus driver and the bus icons. That indicates that I have a bus, obviously, and a bus driver, i.e. an employee of BBW Limited, on each of these 4 routes, which, by the way, aren't predetermined for you. It's not like a campaign and you just go through the motions. You determine the routes. Every single bus stop you select. I mean, it gives you parameters. So, for instance, in the mission objectives, which we'll show here, the blue checked ones, that they're done. The one that's left to do is drive the route. But basically, when you have the current objective, have a route with maximum 7 stops, it's a parameter. It's something you've got to adhere to. But it's how you adhere to it. You don't, you set the stops, and this is, I'm sure it progresses on beyond this. Obviously, much larger routes, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. Really opening up the map, because that's kind of the game. Make money, build your business, hire people, and explore and expand the map. You can't work on bus stops like, say for instance, let's close that down. You can't work on this area at all. Initially you're in Astra Park, and you do the first 2 campaigns around, and it's very simple. Obviously it's very small. It really is a small area, although when you're driving it, it doesn't feel that small. It might look small on a map, but they're real roads, real places, real buildings, as far as real in a game goes. Yeah. So zoom the map out, and you can see the routes that you've got. So I've got, if you look to the right hand side with the right joystick, we flip up between the routes. And I like that they're colour coded as well, because it obviously gives you a ready reckoner. So we're working on route 4. And part of this campaign, this mission objective, was to have a route with maximum 7 stops, which connects the showgrounds to Siegwalden and Spokes of the Business Park. Spokes of the Business Park is quite simply these little 4 purple dots that you can see. It's a business park. I call it a business park, and they're called the spokes. You've got West Spoke, South Spoke, North and East, obviously. So into this we shall go, so we can edit our routes, and that's what I like about it. It's not predetermined. You are editing your own routes, as I said, within the parameters of each mission objectives, and I'm sure that these will expand further into much more open world type places where you're not necessarily confined to, oh, you can only have 7 stops. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. But this is teaching you the game. It's actually teaching you the game as you play. So if we go into the route 4, which is South Spoke to Fisher Grounds, you can see that it highlights that blue line is my route. So let's zoom in a little bit. And it's quite a complicated route, but it's great because you go past the river. You literally drive past the river, and it's very scenic, but it's also very busy because it's like, I know it's called Old Town, but it's like downtown. It's very busy, very sort of commercial, and it's much more interesting, I found, than driving around Astra Park, which is, as I said, I call it a business park. So anyway, let's get into editing the route. So what we can do is, with the right joystick, look, we can flick between the stops, as you see it listing. River Promenade, Workers Alley, Rail Builders Ridge, sorry, and Fisher's Grounds. So if we start with South Spoke, which is here, that's our beginning position, our first stop on this route. And then we're going to West Spoke, and then we're going to hit this roundabout. Now, if you're like me, you're obviously used to driving on the left in a right-hand side driven car. You're now driving a bus, which is a left-hand side drive on the right-hand side, or as I like to call it, the wrong side of the road. So when you approach these big roundabouts, if you're playing, well, you'll see it gets a little bit confusing the first time, but you soon get into the swing of it. So then we're going to move on to Sigvalden, Lido, whatever. And then you see this little pink route. That's another route that obviously I did. I think it's number 3. And again, like I said, they're colour coded. But that's a route now that I have a driver on, making me money. Yes. So we follow this route down, the blue route we're following, don't forget. And we're going to River Promenade, and it's very scenic down here. I love it. Like I said, it's very commercial, but it's very scenic. And then we're going to Workers Alley, which is all the way around here. I think that's Workers Alley. And then it gets a bit confusing because we go around the houses to Rail Builders Ridge. And then I think we go back up, and this is why I got confused, because it ends at Fisher's Grounds, but it's a round trip. So then you're going to come all the way back. And it's like, you're making money, don't forget. At every stop, you're taking money, you're dishing out tickets, you're checking for fare dodgers, people leaving their espresso cups on the seats, and many other things besides. Potholes in the road, believe it or not. Potholes are a danger. Speed ramps on the roads, being flashed for speeding. That's a thing. It's realistic. Running red light. Don't run pedestrians over. I've done that. I got a €20,000 fine, which I consider getting off a bit lightly for running someone over in a really big bus. But yeah. So yeah, let's drive this route and see how we go. Actually, what we could do is we could to show you quickly, we can deselect this route, you see. As you see, as I'm deselecting these, they're disappearing from the top right. Look, see. So I've deselected that route number 4, and the parameters were max 7 stops, and we've got to link this Astra Park with that area down to the left, down here, Schuber Grounds, and the scenic River Promenade area. So let's go ahead and select 7. Basically, you're selecting 7 bus stops. The first one, South Spoke. Then we're going to go to West Spoke. So we press X on that, and then we're going to hit down. And one of the parameters was we've got to, I think, was to stop here. So we'll select that. And as you see, look, the route, the blue line is drawing. You can see the route. And that's what I was saying. It's not predetermined. Now, you could go that way. Yeah, there's not a lot of choice, but it's up to you, because you've got to, once you've driven it, you'll realise that there are quicker routes, maybe more effective routes, where you want to take in those bus stops. You don't want to neglect them, because it's money in your pocket, my pocket, BBW Limited's pocket. Plus you've got 4 drivers already driving these 4 routes, so you're making money. So the third stop was Sigvalden, Lido, whatever. Now we're coming down to the important bit, because this is where it gets busy. Trust me, you'll see, and when I'm driving the route, it gets busy down here. So I think the best thing to do would be to, I don't know, and you can experiment with it, because you can hit that, and the trouble is, I want to do that, but I want to do that, and you can see that, well, I can't exactly reverse around this corner, can I, to come back? So what we can do is, select that. Now when I select this, watch what it does. La-da! It actually draws the route for you. So you're going to stop there, and then you're going to make this little detour back onto this, which is it's in our country a dual carriageway. I'm not sure, well, depends on what country you're in, what you'd call it, but it's a dual carriageway. So there's 2 lanes on the right and 2 lanes on the left. And again, it opens up because when you first play the game, you're not used to dual carriageways, and certainly not dual carriageways and roundabouts while driving on the right hand side of the road, which is wrong. Workers Alley is the 6th one. Now the 7th one is rail. Oh, I don't know why I have trouble saying this. Rail Builders is Ridge. Dosh, done. Now we can save that route. Bosh. And then it becomes the route. And as you can see, have a route with maximum 7 stops, which connects Showgrounds, which we've just done, Sigvaldan, Lido, whatever, spokes of the business park. And then what's left to do is drive the route. So come with me, if you will, and we'll drive a small bus, because I made the mistake of driving a big bus down to this area, and it's pretty tight and very busy, and I started getting fines for doing things you shouldn't because my bus was too big, well, too big for me to handle at the time anyway. So let's get on and drive the bus. So what's impressive as well is the amount of settings there are. There are lots of settings to improve your gameplay experience depending on how you play. Obviously there are people, and I wish I was one of them, that was playing with a wheel setup. I'd love to have a wheel, I really would. I just don't have the room, I really don't. I'd love to though. It'd be so much more enjoyable, I would have thought. But I'm enjoying it with the controller, as much as I'm pretending the controller's a big steering wheel and a great big bus. But yeah, whatever. Environment settings, you can have them random. You've got day, night, rainy, and so on. Dawn, sunny and rainy. Let's go random for that. Yeah, who am I to decide what the weather should be like? Drive start setting, quick start on. That means that you won't have to set up your bus. I don't like that, so we'll have that off. That means you've got to set up your bus, you've got to unlock the doors, you've got to turn the ignition on, sort your lights out, and so on, and then leave the garage and go to the first stop, as you would if you were a bus driver, which I am. Route settings, reverse route off. Now she said in the instructions, I actually didn't show you it because it's like a cutscene, but what I like again about this game is that you get cutscenes kinda, and it's people talking. They're not animated, but they are actually talking, voice acted. So you're being told your instructions to a degree, but she said make it a round trip. So and again, I'm kind of new to this, so I'm presuming that means we're going to go all the way down and then we're going to have to come all the way back up. Whether we're stopping at stops on the way back up, I'm not sure, but let's see. So round trip on, there is a free roam option, but if you turn that on, it will turn the other settings off. So I haven't even bothered with free roam because I'm still enjoying playing the game as it's supposed to be played so far. So enable too early event, we'll have that on. Still not sure what that means. I think I do, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to commit myself to that. Enable cashiers, obviously the tickets do want to take people's money and have to give students 18 and 20 euro change. Well, they buy a €1 ticket and give you a 20 euro note. Yeah, well they would, wouldn't they? Students. Anyway. Simulation setting, driving, you've got simplified, and I've not even tried simplified because I'm not about that life. Realistic. Now, as I said with the loading screens, watch. Ta-da! That's quick, isn't it? That is quick. So as I was telling you, we're starting from the start. We're not going to cheat. So we've got to unlock our doors for a start and then open the doors. Yes, I know the animations aren't fantastic. It's like, especially when he runs, I'm not sure what's going on. And I've noticed as well that my guy has quite big feet for his age, don't you think? But you actually get to custom that character as sort of. It's not a great deal of creation or character customization, but you do get to decide what colour hair he has and what colour clothes he wears. That's about it, really. But you do get to customise your buses. So I like spiders and Spider-Man, and obviously you can customise your number plate. Look, Bolin. How cool is that? Okay, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, there's a whole creation side to this with your buses. You've got colours that you unlock as you play, colours, decals that unlock as you progress. And as soon as you enter the bus, you're into first person mode. Now obviously this bus has these doors here, which require unlocking before we get going. And then we've got the driver's door, which allows us to board the cockpit, and we're in. So this is the third person mode, and you can play it in this mode. There's plenty of times you switch between the two, depending on the tight angle of the corner you're taking. But obviously when we're starting off first person, so what I like to do is press the touchpad button once. That doesn't start the bus, but it's like putting your keys in the ignition, kinda. And then you press up on the D-pad to come in close to see your buttons, which I like. I didn't suss that at first, and I realised, oh, well, I'm driving, what do I want to do that for? No, it's not for that, it's for this. So we've got, and we can see that it's obviously not very light outside, so we're going to require passenger lights on the bus, cockpit lights, and lights on the ticket machine. As you can see, that it's not lit up. And now it is. And we've also got fire lights. That's basically a full beam, but my lights aren't on, look, you see, so we can cycle the lights. So that's headlights, and then we've got a full beam, which obviously we shouldn't be doing, should we? Now we've got a speed limiter, hazard lights, believe it or not, engine toggle, and we've got the ramp, which is for disabled passengers, and we've got the driver door button there. All these other buttons that aren't highlighted with a blue outline aren't used. So this is drive, neutral, reverse. So let's stick it in drive, come out of this view, and start the bus. Woo! Now obviously, close the doors. Now this is what I find a little bit strange. When you're driving towards the garage door, you practically have to nearly hit it. As far as I know, take the handbrake off. For it to open. And this is when I like to go into my third person. But obviously that doesn't show you the route, but it does show you my cool customization of my bus. All my buses have these custom logos and decals. And as you're driving around, you'll eventually see your drivers, your employees, flashing at you as you go past. It's so cool. So now we're into first person. We can see the route there, but I like to look at it bottom left. It's bigger, and obviously you don't have to keep zooming. So we can see that we've got to do a left, 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 and then a right to get to our first stop. And it's dawn, so we've got our headlights on, we're ready to go. So, I've just left the bus depot and we're on our way to the first stop. And I love the indicators. I don't know why I love something so simple, but I guess many driving games don't have indicators, and if they do, you don't use them, but they're very important in this game, as they should be. So we're going to mosey on down, and we've got another left to chuck in a minute. Chuck a left. So let's get that indicator on. I'm looking right and it looks clear. I'm looking left. Look at that. Doesn't that just... It does me, does it you? I like them smooth turns when you get them. It's like, yeah, I am a bus driver. Oh, a little bit bumpy coming up. Slow down. And you actually feel that in the joypad, the vibration. as you should. I like driving at dawn because obviously, guess what? It's a bit quieter. It does get busy during the day, but there are settings for this as well. There are settings to change the volume of traffic, which again is very cool. I've got it on high, and I'm playing this on the PS4 Pro. Oops, down the right, it's down the right. Or the wrong side, as I like to say. First stop coming up. South Spoke. Let's go into third person and see. Look at that, see? And there are some people waiting to get on my bus, but they can jolly well wait until I get into first person. Good morning, everyone.
I need to purchase several tickets.
Oh dear, he sounds like he's just done something wrong and he's now fleeing the scene. We'll get you out of the way, mate. Day, regular. Oh, you'd like two? Have two of those. See what I mean? That change, for God's sake. €1, 50 and 10.
Thanks.
A ticket, please.
Student. Are you sure? Oh, I can't see. Day. Student. Quantity 1. Print. See, she's not too bad. She gave me a €10 note instead of a 20.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, as you can see, we served up 2 tickets. One to the... I'm not even going to talk to him. But she just got on the bus.
Of course.
But she does have a valid ticket because people have, like, day passes and week passes.
Hold on. Here.
So we have 3 passengers and 3 paying customers. So we won't abuse them much. Let's be on our way. Mirror, signal, maneuver.
Next stop, Westbow.
And I get a little bit confused here because I'm not sure who has the right of way, you know? I just check to see if it's clear and go. Next stop coming up, and look, lo and behold, someone is blocking the bus stop. Not for long. Keep him out the way. He's probably sat there, isn't he, with his KFC bargain bucket. In you come. Oh, please yourself. Sit down, make yourself at home. Oh, we have twins. Twins. But they don't want to sit together. That's strange. Maybe they had an argument. Coming or not? No? You're just standing there. I don't want to know.
Oh, there's a ladybug on my knee.
A ladybug on your knee? Okay, we don't need to know that. Mirror, signal, maneuver.
Next stop, Siegwalden, Lido.
Siegwalden,
Oh,
so it's not Siegwalden,
Tim's
okay.
birthday party yesterday.
See again, confused. Do I give way to the right, the left? I don't know. Just go. Now let's come down to the... we're heading towards the roundabout that I was talking about. See, when that flashes up, I'm not quite sure what that means. I mean, does it tell me there's a stop coming? Because there is, but there isn't. It's not... We're not close. So I'm not quite sure what that is at the moment. So we're doing a right here. And we definitely have to give way here because it's clear.
We're related. Yeah, me neither. It blew my mind.
You or me, you or me.
Oh, darn. I forgot to get something for dinner.
Well, we're not
Well.
stopping now, mate.
Pizza it is.
So here we go. Right-hand side of the roundabouts. This is dead odd for me. And believe it or not, in the settings, you can actually adjust your driver's seat up and down, backwards and forwards to get the best viewing angle for you. Right, we're going to go. We're going to go. Go, 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 go. So around this, very strange. It's very strange going around the right-hand side of a roundabout. It's just wrong. Then we're going to indicate to come off the roundabout. Now this is why I say third person. Look, you don't want to hit anything or anybody. Nope, we're good. So our next stop, SweetBolin, Lido, Ludo, whatever. I just missed a pothole then, I just saw it. But if you hit them at speed, it's a negative. It's not money off, you don't get fined, but it's a negative as far as customer satisfaction goes. I like to go into third person doing this, don't know why, but I do. Look at that. You can open the doors from here
Right
as
on
well.
time. Thank you.
So the serial killer's just got off, or whatever he was up to, look.
I think I just saw a UFO.
Oh. Maybe he didn't. Was that someone else? I thought that was... Oh, it is. Oh, it's still there. Damn. I saw nothing. Shut the doors. Mirror. Signal. And as I've signalled, that car has actually stopped to let me out. Very nice of you, sir. Thank you very much. So I've...
Stop, Fisher's Ground.
Okie dokie. Yeah, as I was going to say, before I was rudely interrupted. Potholes, shit. Bang. See? Hit a pothole. Damn. I was just about to say there are potholes on
Look at
these
that.
roads, and they're a bit
Isn't
of a
it
pain.
beautiful?
But I guess you've got to memorise where they are. Just missed one then. So we're going to follow this road down. And don't forget, this is the route that I planned, although within certain parameters, but I still had to map it, you know, decide where to go. And there's going to be bigger and badder routes than this,
No,
for sure.
Sorry. I need to work on that.
Now, the only thing that slightly confuses me is speed limits, because you do see speed signs, but not really, not that many. But I do understand red means stop. Woohoo! Look at that. It's the peak hour rush to work. Now, some people might think this is boring, but to me it's realistic. It's a simulation. Red light means stop, not smash through it GTA style. Now, this is the dual carriageway I was talking about, so we want to be in the left-hand lane because our next stop... Oh, no, we don't, actually. I'm lying. Shit. Mirror. Signal. Oh, I'm going wrong. Let me in, let me in. Our next stop is on the right here, isn't it?
Yes, of course. I would never...
Nearly went wrong then. Let's cancel that indicator, now we're here. Any more for any more? Nope, you're all just getting... Oh, do we have one? Yes, we do. Tickets, please. Excuse me, I said tickets, please.
Here.
Yeah, I knew you had a ticket, don't worry. Not sure about him, though. Her, sorry, her. Shit.
Here.
Right. She, her, him has a ticket.
Here.
They've all got tickets, damn. Well, that's good, isn't it? I wasted my time then. Mirror. Signal. Maneuver. Now I think I'm going to stay in this lane and not make that same mistake.
Next stop, River Promenade.
Okie dokie. I love that you actually get told where the next stop is. That's cool. See, does that mean there's a stop coming up? Because there is. A passenger is listening to really loud music. Well, we'll soon put a stop to that. So let's go in first person this time.
Next stop, River Promenade.
Is she still listening to loud music? Or has it stopped? Oh, she's turned it down. Good girl. She's turned it down. All aboard?
May I have a ticket, please?
Yes, you may. He wants a single ticket, regular, for one. Dining alone again.
I forgot to lock the front door. Thank you.
Have some change.
I think I'll need several tickets, please.
Oh, I like you. Big spender. A week ticket, regular, and he wants two. Look, that's 28 euros for BBW Limited. Thank you very much. Oh, I did it wrong. Reset. He wants a week ticket, regular, and two.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Come again. Well, he will, because he's just bought a week's ticket. Mirror. Signal. Maneuver. Now I want to get into the left-hand lane, because I've got a left-hand turn coming up.
Workers Alley.
Workers Alley. It's a shame that it's dawn, because it's really picturesque this. The river's to our right, and you actually, in third person, you get to see it, obviously. And it's pretty cool. So we're going to do a left-hand turn here. Now, again, confused, because we don't drive on the right. That red light, does that include me, or can I filter left? I'm not sure. I guess not, because I would have hit that car, wouldn't I? So now I can go. But then they are as well, see? There's no filter, which is a bit confusing for me anyway. Oh, shit, indicate. And we've got, see what I mean? We're into the commercial district now. Imagine we've got to go all around the centre of this in the future. That'd be so cool. So we're going to do a left. It's all good. Now you are on a timetable, but me being me, I just ignore it. I don't care if I'm late. It's my bus, my company. But you can see, look, if you zoom in on the... Oh, I can't zoom in just yet. Speed ramp, slow down. And we're going to chuck another left in a minute. So let's indicate. And again, who gives way to who? I'm not sure. I'm just going. Now are these... Oh shit, these are parked, aren't they? I was going behind them. I think they're parked. Yeah, they are. Let's get out of this. Oh, that was close.
After 5,000 episodes, Winter of Passion is still going strong.
So now we've got to do a right. And we definitely give way here, I can see that. But we're good to go. And then we've got to chuck another right, so we're not stopping at this bus stop. Or are we? No, we're not, no. Green for go.
Hey there. Long time no see.
Do we? Yeah, and then it's this bus stop up here,
Yeah,
I believe.
right. The time with the,
Next stop, Workers Alley.
And they don't all have those yellow grids, which I like as well. It's sort of different. See, look, she just came on.
Night.
Oh no.
I'm exhausted.
Who cares? Yeah, she just came in through the back door. Did you see her? Did you see her? Where did she go? Oh look, we got some garbage.
Of course. Here you go.
Yeah. I'm just going to pretend that I'm not doing it to her.
Here.
And then I think I've got a funny feeling about you.
Of course. Here you go.
And that funny feeling is that obviously you pay for your tickets. Damn. And you just walked on as well, didn't you?
Here's the ticket.
But you do have a ticket.
And here's a picture of my cat. She's called Pearlie.
Funnily enough, I've heard that story before. So, we're nearly to the end of our plotted route. Stop 6 of 7 just done. And again, we've got to be careful here because we want to be in the left-hand lane.
Next stop, Rail Builders Ridge.
And again, settings-wise, you can adjust even the brakes. So I've got it on, I think it's 0.7. If you have it on 1, which is the absolute, can we go now? Hello? Oh, we'll have to wait then, I guess. Yeah, you can adjust the brakes so they're not as immediate, which I found a bit unrealistic, so I've jotted them down to 0.7. Again, who gives way? I don't know, I'm just going. So, last stop, Rail Builders Ridge, coming up. Oh look, coffee. It's a shame you can't actually go and get a coffee, but then I guess that, well, I suppose that would be kind of cool. Again, who gives what? I don't know, just go. Oh, pothole, missed it. Right, we're going to chuck a right. And we definitely give way here, I get that, with the sign and the line on the road. You've got to remember, your bus is very long, it's not just a case of whacking it round the corner. So this should be our last stop, but we have selected the round trip route, so we might have to go all the way back. Yeah, we do. We have to go all the way back. And we've got to stop at every stop on the way back as well.
One ticket, please.
Yes, you shall have one ticket. She wants a day for a senior. Look, 20 euros. Have you not got anything smaller? Kin hell.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, and I like as well, you close the doors and the volume of the, you know, the outside traffic obviously fades away. I like that. I do like that. Attention to detail. So, I think, rather than bore you with the reverse route, because now I've got to go and do all those stops again on the way back, so we'll leave it for that. But that should show you plotting a route and so on, and how it goes, which is, to me, I love it. I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. So let's go to the drive overview, which we were in anyway. And we can see, we can flick between these two menus here. Now what's kind of confusing at first is that I've just made, I think, 185 euros on that trip so far. But it converts it into a weekly total because it assumes that you're doing that day in, day out for each week. And each week's statistics, which will show you, oh, we can't show you here, because we're still in the mission, aren't we? But there is a financial spreadsheet page and so on that gives you much more information on about your drivers and what they're earning for you, what your expenditure is, maintenance, employees' wages and so on. It's very detailed, and that's just a ready reckoner of your cash flow at the moment. So your weekly income from driving this route would be 14,000 euros, which is quite a lot, isn't it, just for doing that route, but doing it day in, day out. I'm presuming that's what it's suggesting. So satisfaction at the top, you can see where you've gone wrong, what you've done and what you haven't done. So I've hit 2 potholes and I was late for one. That's not bad actually for me. I was only late once. That's not bad for me at all. So anyway, yeah, that's Bus Simulator. I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you will too if you buy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio. Toodle pip.